My father got remarried. The story of how they got together is perhaps a little unusual. When we were living in the US, my father helped a woman who was lost on the road. After that, we returned to Japan for some reason. My father met her again there. She lost her husband too, and her daughter left home, and I guess she wanted to rely on someone. It's been a few years since mom died. I'm not going to say anything about this remarriage because I have no reason to oppose it. Well, my name is Somaseta. I'm a boring employee. I achieve my quota appropriately and relax properly. I'm just an ordinary employee like that. An ordinary way of working, an ordinary life, not making big waves. That's why I don't meddle in other people's decisions, whether they are my parents or not, unless I have something to say about it. But
for me, I have only one father and I don't need a stepbrother. I don't approve of any of you.
Her name is Ao Kawase, and she will be my stepsister when the two get remarried. The woman who would become my stepmother tried to talk her out of it, but she was too angry to listen to her.
It's fine if they remarry, but to marry someone who doesn't even work?
I got a glare from her. My dad doesn't have a job, but I do. Ao-san, right? Who on earth are you?
Huh?
It's rare for me to say such a thing to someone else. I thought to myself as I continued. Well, as a daughter, I'm sure you must have a lot of things on your mind. But what right do you have to interfere with someone else's happiness, even if she's your parent?
Hey! You have no right to tell me that!
Of course there is. On paper, I'm your stepbrother after all.
Oh God, you have a comeback for everything I say.
You're an independent adult, so swallow whatever you have on your mind.
God, I hate you! I seriously hate people like you! I hate you!
One day as summer passed and autumn was deepening.
Ugh, jeez.
The next day after we got into such a bad situation, we unintentionally met each other. This place is called Blue Sky, and it's a cafe I've never been to before. I never dreamt that a person I thought I would never see again, except on weddings and funerals, would be working as a waitress.
What?
Coffee, I'll leave what kind to you, and spaghetti.
Why are you ordering as if nothing happened? I mean, why are you here? Don't tell me. Did Mom tell you?
No, it's really just a coincidence. I've been ordered to expand my sales area. I was looking for somewhere to take a break and I found this cafe in the back. As I said, I looked around the store. It looks like a quiet, austere cafe. This place has a nice atmosphere, doesn't it?
What? Yes. Thank you very much.
Al reacts unexpectedly, perhaps because she did not expect such words. Normally, the restaurant has the right to choose its customers, but Al didn't do so and made what I ordered. And she seemed a little happy when I complimented on the atmosphere of the restaurant. However, it was late afternoon, but there was no one in the restaurant. It was just me and Al. It's a deserted place, isn't it?
Here you go.
Soon the freshly made spaghetti and coffee I ordered are placed in front of me. Oh, thank you. Hey, can I ask you something?
What is it?
Are you the only waitress?
Yes. You want to say it's deserted anyway, don't you? I took over my father's restaurant when he died. He used to bring me here when I was a kid. I promised myself one day I would take over the store, and he taught me how to make coffee. My mother said she could close the shop, but I didn't want to. I will protect this store. I won't let anyone interfere with me.
That's fine, isn't it?
Huh? What?
If that's what you want to do, then do it. It's Alson's restaurant now. No one's going to interfere. Oh well, that doesn't mean you won't be penalized if you ask someone for help when the time comes.
He's here again.
And then I started showing up when I make the rounds of sales over here.
You know, how many times would you go to the restaurant of someone you've been told that she hates you? I'm not going to get along with you, and I don't need your sympathy!
Sympathy? Sympathy for what?
I mean, you don't have to contribute to sales.
I don't intend to do that.
Then what's your intention?
No particular reason. Other places are crowded in the afternoon, but this place is empty and quiet.
Shut up! Are you making fun of me?
The rest, if I may so. Coffee tastes good.
What?
The waitress is a beautiful woman. The coffee is good and I can take a break between sales, right? Isn't it worth coming here?
What are you talking about? Ugh, I hate you! Really hate you!
What? Well, as I said, the coffee here is good. It's so good. I heard that they have a partnership with a local store in the US to send them high-quality beans. Of course, the roasting and brewing techniques inherited from her father must be the reason for this. But to be honest, the food is not much better than that of an amateur. Moreover, there are not many variations on the menu. In addition, the location is poor. It's a long way from the station and it's a quiet residential area in a corner. There is far less traffic. In the marketing world, it is said that location accounts for 70%. And in that sense, this is the worst. Objectively speaking, it is not surprising that the number of customers are low.
So, you are often here for a long time, but don't you need to get back to work?
Ao looks at me with a stern look. It's rare for her to bring up a topic conversation with me. I've already met my quota for this month. After that, it's just fine.
How low is the quota that you can clear in half a month? Then why don't you contribute to the company and increase sales?
Don't be ridiculous. It's the managers and executives who are happy about that. The rest are just bosses who want to look good. Even if you work hard, you'll only get a small raise, and you'll be made to work harder and take on more responsibility for nothing.
You know, I really don't like you, after all.
Yes. Well, I'm sure there are a lot of people who think that way. Just don't say it loud.
I doubt it. Ugh!
One day when the autumn chill turned to cold, I ran into Ao in the city. Yo, you look like you're not pleased to see me.
I am not pleased. That's why I have this look on my face, you know?
You make it sound like you don't like me.
I've told you many times that I don't like you. So why are you walking around here in casual clothes on a weekday when I'm off on a regular holiday?
I didn't know it was closed.
I can't believe your skipping habit has come this far.
Hey, you make it sound like I'm playing around during the workday.
Are you not? So, did you get fired or something? Why are you walking so casually by?
That's rude. It's a paid holiday. Well, I'm not busy.
Paid vacation? Oh, that's infamous.
Hey, infamous?
Yeah, before customers say it's bad system to spoil employees.
What kind of black company CEO is that? Well, I don't think private businesses have paid holidays. I'm rather surprised that were any customers other than me in that cafe. Why are we at a karaoke?
Shut up! You're the one who said because you're bored you wanted to compete with me in something, right?
That was it. I was only half joking, but Ao surprisingly took me up on the offer.
Are you afraid of losing? What a cheap provocation.
I see. So it's a combination of her competitive spirit and her rivalry with me.
I'll let you hear my beautiful voice. Well. Not bad, right? Yeah.
What a beautiful voice.
Ugh, shut up! Something's wrong with the machine.
Boy.
Shut up! It's your turn now. You're the same.
No, the machine is broken. Damn it, screw you. We're going to extra time.
I'll take it.
In the end, our low-level fight lasted until the end of the night's free time. A few days later, I stopped by Blue Sky while I was in the neighborhood for business again. Just then, a man who looks like another customer walks out from the store. It's rare to see such a man at this time of the day. I chuckled at the fact that I was one of those rare customers and went inside. Just as soon as I walked in,
You're here again? Get out of here!
I was startled by the loud voice and saw Ao crying and getting angry. The moment I came here, she suddenly told me to leave, and I felt like I've been caught red-handed.
I know it's difficult.
Well, I'm sorry. I didn't think you hate me so much for me to come. I naturally dropped my shoulders and turned on my heel to leave.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I mistook you for someone else. I'm sorry again. Here on me.
Kotori and coffee I always ask for is placed on the table. It's okay. I came here to drink this anyway.
Just take it as a favor.
And pancakes are on the house too?
Don't get cocky.
Then a quiet moment passed after finishing the pancakes. It was Ao who opened her mouth first.
You don't ask?
What? Ao's first love?
I'm not telling you. Oh, that's not what I mean.
I won't ask. I promise not to interfere in this store's matter.
I see.
It's December, and the cold weather is finally getting serious. Fortunately, it's raining. Not enough to turn into snow yet, but the temperature is dropping fast. I'm sorry, but let me take shelter from the rain where I can. Ao-san? Since the store is open, she must be somewhere. I look around the restaurant and saw Ao, who looks sick, sitting at the counter using her arm as a pillow. Oh, hey. Ao-san.
Oh, it's you. Sorry. Welcome.
The first time I heard her proper greeting to visit the cafe, she tries to stand up with a pained look on her face, as if this is another pride of a cafe owner.
Coffee as usual, right? Wait a minute.
I managed to support Ao, who stumbled before she could finish her sentence.
What are you touching?
Otherwise, you would have fallen down, right? You have a fever, don't you? We're burning up. You should close the store and take the rest of the day off.
Don't be ridiculous. I inherited this cafe from my father. I have to do my best. If I don't protect it, it's no good.
Ao whipped her wobbly body and showed her will as best as she could. Hey, I understand that Ao-san is obsessed with this cafe that your father left it to you. But think about the customers who will be served by someone in that condition. If by any chance you have accident because you're not feeling well, This place will soon go out of business and disappear. Ao finally agreed with me, and I closed the shop and called a cab. I called the office to leave early and accompanied her to the hospital. Fortunately, she was diagnosed with just a cold. They said you'll be fine in a few days as long as you rest.
Yeah, but I have to open the store tomorrow.
Hey!
I know, but if I don't do it, it's no good.
After that, I asked my stepmother where Ao lived and took her to her house.
At all? Why did I have to let you in the house?
The medicine I had just taken was starting to kick in, and she was back to her usual self, swearing a little. Stepmother said she would be here too. Anyway, if you want to get better fast, go to sleep.
I'm totally unaware. Really unaware.
A few days later, I showed up at Blue Sky and found Ao in a good health.
You must be bored too, you know.
She was back in her usual harsh attitude towards me.
Why are you staring at me like that? Will you stop it? I can ask you pay me, you know.
Hey, I just want to ask if you're feeling better.
Yes, thanks to you, I'm back to normal. Oh my god, you touched me and came into my room! It's terrible!
Oh, sorry about that, even though it was just an inevitable accident.
I'm just kidding. Probably would have been worse if I was alone. So, well, what can I say? Thank you. Coffee's on the house, so please relax.
I may have gotten a little closer to her. When you become a working adult, the year end and New Year's holidays come early. After Christmas, the end of work year, New Year's, and then it's right back to work. I know, only 5 days off is not long at all. Can you give me at least a month off? In the first place, it's not good for the other party to greet customers for the new year at the beginning of the new year. Even if it's a social call, I'd be annoyed if they visited me when I haven't settled down yet after the New Year's holiday. I've actually tried to make appointments and often got turned down, companies and individuals alike. Me, who sighs at the company that by rule tells me to go greet them before anywhere else at the beginning of the new year. In times like this, I should just go to my usual cafe and spend the time as I see fit. So, I went to Blue Sky and found Ao getting ready to close the store. What's up with that? Are you only open in the morning on New Year's Day?
Oh, it's you. Sorry. We're closing. Probably won't be open again.
What? When I looked at her, Ao's hands were shaking and tears were streaming down her face.
I couldn't save my father's store. The bank said they couldn't give me a loan anymore. In April, the store will be taken as mortgage. But I'm at my wit's end and I don't want to close. But I can't let it go any further. It's frustrating. I'm so frustrated. It's an important store that I inherited from my father.
The breath she exhaled heavily turned white and then disappeared into the air. I looked at Ao, who broke down in tears and hesitated a little. What am I going to say now? Is that I'm going to break my promise to Ao, and it may change the way I am now in Japan, but the priority is Ao's will. Ao-san, I want you to think carefully and decide. Do you want to keep your father's store in any way, or do you think you can't rely on others to help you?
What is that? I don't understand. I don't know, but this store is the most important thing for me, or else nothing will be left.
Got it. Ao-san, no. Ao, last confirmation. Are you going to try to trust me?
Huh? What do you mean?
I can rebuild this cafe right now.
There's no way. You can't do that. If you think you can, go ahead and try.
I smiled as if I'd made a statement, and for a week I started working on the project in parallel with my work and got busy. First, I started to change the interior design.
Wait, what are you doing?
Ao exclaims in surprise at the start of the interior work. Well, it's only natural that the familiar interior would look like this. First of all, I'm going to make the interior match the surrounding clientele.
Huh? Oh, what do you mean by clientele?
The interior until now was more like a place for businessmen to relax between sales, right? I found out that a long time ago there were more companies in this area than there are now, so it was fine. But now, most of them are residential houses. Which demographic is the largest group of who stay at home?
Oh, women, housewives.
That's right, the target customers are housewives. Moreover, housewives who have children and are looking for a place to relax would be good.
What is this?
Oh, I was thinking of selling cakes.
Huh? This too?
For housewives, I talked to the vendors, so they should be lined up as soon as we reopen.
What's this? This is delicious.
I'm glad to hear you say so, Ao. I'll take care of the details of the restaurant, Ao. You learned to cook from my dad. You can't neglect it just because it's a light meal. I instructed Ao to do so.
Oh yes, that's fine, but who the hell are you guys?
What is it, Soma? Didn't you tell her? Soma was a very skilled restaurant consultant when we were in the US.
Huh? Consultant?
And I was a chef at a 3-star restaurant in America.
What? What made you such an unmotivated salesman with an unemployed old man?
Hey! You're still so bitter as ever, Al. Not really, there's no big reason. After my mom died, I thought I'd at least have a grave in Japan. That's when I won a big lottery over there, and my dad retired early. Well, enough with our story, let's get to work. Well, unemployed is unemployed. That hits a sore spot, but I worked a lot when I was young, so I think I've had enough of it. Anyway, Al, when did you start getting along with my son?
What?
At first I said I would buy the store. Then this guy said, it is Ao and Ao's father's store, so we only need to make a small investment and lend a hand.
Oh, really?
This is the first time since he came back to Japan that he is willing to do something for someone else. Ao, what did you do to him?
No, I just served coffee to him when he came to the store.
About a month has passed since then. The interior of the store has completely changed its appearance, and the tables are spaciously arranged. Various cakes are lined up in the showcase, and the layout is designed to make it easy for customers to choose. Of course, we also put a lot of effort into the pop for each product. Using social media and contacts, the shop was featured in a blog that handles local articles. Today is the day of the store's reopening. The result was, it was deserted as usual.
Hey, you said so confidently and now this.
Well, let's wait and see. Don't be impatient.
I will be impatient after all that. Are you open?
Suddenly, a woman opens the door and peeks inside the store.
Huh? Yes! Welcome! We are open, so please take any seat you like. Wow, thank goodness. It's open.
And finally, the first customer arrives. After the first customer came in, the seats gradually filled up.
What's this? It doesn't taste like a normal cafe. What a nice new store nearby.
The customers were full of comments and phrases for the restaurant. Many of them were rare reviews. And of course,
This coffee is amazing. I've never had such delicious coffee before.
Ao's coffee was also a subject of praise. The daytime giddiness is over and it's closing time. When I check, someone has picked up on social media. More customers will come tomorrow.
The interior of the store has changed, but the taste of my father's coffee and the name of the store remain the same. I can continue to do this.
I'm sure many thoughts are going through Ao's mind right now. Well, that's all I can do.
Huh? What?
I said and started to get ready to go home. I only helped a little. The rest is up to you, Ao. Well, good luck. I'm sure Ao's delicious coffee will do the trick.
Hey, wait up! Soma Seita! First of all, thank you. I couldn't have done it without you. But you've made the place so crowded. I can't do it by myself, so now take care of it until the end. I admit it. You're indispensable to me.
That line was like an arrow that shot through my heart. A few months later, Blue Sky was as busy as ever. The magazine article increased the clientele, and more people came from far away.
So this is the cafe that was in the magazine that said the food and coffee were so good. Wow, it's really crowded. Even the staff seems to be busy. No time to take a break. Yes, good work today too.
Ao was sitting opposite to me at the table after the store was closed.
Hey, do you regret about quitting the company?
Yes, Ao made me quit my job, and I found myself working hard here every day. Of course, a little. I'm too busy, you know.
It's too different compared to when you used to come here. As it turns out, thanks to my mother's remarriage, the store was saved. I'm grateful to Soma-san and your father. But to be honest, I also feel frustrated. I said I would protect the store, but in the end I couldn't have done anything without the help of others.
Of course, there are limits to what one person can do.
Yes, that's why. This time, I want to maintain the store with the person I choose.
Ao's eyes looked straight to me as she said this.
I'm not so obtuse that you don't know what I mean, am I?
I was desperately searching in my mind for a stylish answer. At the very least, I was prepared for the fact that I would no longer be able to lead an ordinary, common life.